Awesome.
What's up, guys? You are listening to the Redonkulous podcast, episode 7. Hanging out today is Jeff.
James.
And Annie. What's up, guys?
What's up? Today we have a very special show. Before we get to do that, I just have 2 plugs that I want to share with you guys. First of all, our YouTube channel is finally live. Go to youtube.com and you can search for Redonkulous Podcast. All our content is going to be uploaded there first. So make sure you check it out, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you listen. The second thing, also our Google Voice number is live. This will be our hotline number. Feel free to call us, leave us voicemail, leave us a message. We'll listen to it. We might even play some messages in the next recording. So that number is 3322032449. Again, that's 3322032449. Okay, so joining us today, we have a very special guest, and he is joining us from the other side of the world. Now, if you guys have been following the podcast, we've actually talked about this guy. We talked about his wedding. He is calling in from Taiwan, which is, if I'm not mistaken, that's like 12 or 13 hours ahead, right?
12 hours.
Yeah,
12 hours
12
ahead.
hours.
Yeah.
12 hours.
So without further ado, our special guest today is Winardi.
Hi guys, my full name is William Winardi. I am a Indonesian Taiwanese. I went to school in New York, and that's where I met Jeffrey and James. And later I met Annie. I went to Poland to study medical school, and now I'm back in Taiwan, and I am a neurosurgery resident.
Whew,
Wow.
You're a surgeon
Wow.
resident. Okay.
That was a great bio. It sounds like you've been practicing it.
I've been thinking about it, how to do an intro.
I feel like I know you all my life now.
So, how's it going, Winardi?
Well, I was on duty last night, so I didn't get much. Well, I didn't get sleep at all. I got home. I napped for 30 minutes, and then here I am.
Wow.
Wow, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I have nothing to say to that, because usually my excuse is like, oh, I'm so tired because I'm a dad. Yeah, now I can't even say anything.
Well, I'm sure parenting and taking care of patients is just different because I think parenting it's much more responsibility.
Yeah, and you don't get paid for it.
You don't get paid for it. Yeah.
Free labor.
All right, today's vocabulary word is abate. It's a verb. Definition is cause to become smaller or less intense. Lessen, reduce, or remove. You guys want to hear a sentence?
Yes, please. I think I
Okay.
might even need to hear the definition again too.
Cause to become smaller or less intense. Abate.
Oh.
So
Okay.
using this in a sentence, this action would not have been sufficient to abate the odor nuisance.
I got a good one. After doing a couple of these podcast episodes, I feel like my anxiety has been abated.
Okay, so our goal is to use this word 3 times throughout the podcast.
Serious hypotheticals.
Serious hypotheticals. This segment is a play on words where we source a crazy, ridiculous hypothetical scenario and we discuss it seriously.
My serious hypothetical for today would be, if you had the ability to take care of your other half, would you want him or her to work as well? Or would you want him or her to stay at home and take care of all the things that need to be taken care of at home?
You didn't really get into it, but your wife, Aurora, she's a nurse in Taiwan,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then
Yes.
I remember last time when we had a conversation, when we were comparing nursing in the U.S. and nursing in Taiwan, and even our mutual friend Jack, he's a nurse as well in the United States. And just from, I don't know anything about the field. Well, I know some, very, very little. Compared to Taiwan, nurses here apparently have it very, very easy, right? Like she's overworked.
I don't want to say easy is the right word, but I do want to say that work hours are definitely respected in the United States. So 40-hour work weeks are 40-hour work weeks. You don't go over that.
What's it like in Taiwan then?
So if you multiply, well, she has to get there a little bit early, maybe like half an hour to an hour early, and then she has to finish up all her notes afterwards. So maybe I would say maybe at least 10 to 11 hours a day, and multiply that by 5 to 6.
Wow.
So anywhere
Wow.
from 50 to 60 plus hours a week.
Yeah.
So bringing it back to your hypothetical question, I guess what I want to know is, like, when you guys discussed this, was it because you didn't want her to be too stressed out?
I didn't want her to work the night shift, especially the 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. shift, because it's very dangerous to ride a scooter to get to work, and she'd be very tired afterwards. That was where I was coming from.
Let's abate the tension a little bit. What was the serious hypothetical you had for us?
So the serious hypothetical is whether, if you had the ability to, would you be comfortable with taking care of the other half? And for me, my answer is yes, definitely. I would be comfortable with taking care of her. Like financially, it's not an issue, and I think maybe it's a guy thing. It's a pride thing that I feel that I am capable of doing this. I do want her to have something to do during the daytime. I think stay-at-home moms, they will lack life outside of the house.
Like a social
Okay.
life?
Yes, like a social life. So having something to do during the day, I think, is vital, so that you have something to share with your other half at night.
Yeah, that's good. I think that's a really well thought out answer. But before I go, I want to hear Annie, what she has to say.
I knew you were gonna say that. If I had the ability to take care of my other half by working, I feel like it depends on the situation. Like if Jeff was really unhappy working, and I feel like I can help relieve his burden, then yeah, I would. But at the same time, I also think that marriage is like a partnership, and I don't think one person should like carry all the burden and responsibility. So I feel like it should be like a shared effort instead of just one person. So I think temporarily I would do it, but at the same time I feel like both of us would be strong enough to do our own thing.
When you say share the burden, do you mean financially, or do you mean?
I guess I'm thinking more financially.
Maybe I should have answered the question first. Now I can't even answer it.
For Annie, it comes down to the money. But for me, it doesn't really affect me that much in terms of the money.
Okay.
Yeah, but it affects you in terms of health, dude. What's the point of making so much money if you can't spend it?
That's true. So I'm only making enough to survive.
And you're not doing a very good job of surviving based on what
Okay, the next segment is the human experience. So this week I got a promotion. Once I came back from maternity leave, I went back to work in September. Once I was back from maternity leave, my boss said, "You're going to be taking over the knit category." So that was pretty much my promotion. It's all new to me. On top of that, they fired my assistant when I was coming back. So when I came back, I had no assistant. So right now I'm just like juggling being a new mom and trying to get my work done. It's pretty stressful, but in the back of my mind, I know I can do it. So maybe if I get a new assistant, it would abate my stress level.
Well done.
Do you guys ever feel stressed at work? I mean, I know you do, Winardi.
Yeah, whenever I need to breast pump, I always get so depressed.
Man, if you guys know how it feels, it's tough, man.
Yeah.
Pumping is so much work.
I mean, it sounds like they're just like sucking your blood and taking out all your energy.
Sucking my blood.
Yeah, not a blood, but like I get where
Like
James is coming from, like a life-draining
Yes,
vampire.
yes. That's what it
Yeah.
sounds like. Is that what it feels like?
No.
No. Okay.
But
I don't.
that's actually what it is.
I'm not sure how to explain it. You want to try it?
No, I'm okay. I don't think I'm capable of doing that.
She's saying you could feel it. You just won't produce anything. It's like those, you ever seen that video where they put the electric stimulants, guys' bellies, and then it simulates contractions when women are
Oh.
giving
Oh,
birth.
I've seen that.
Man, that's so hilarious.
I've not
But I would
seen
never ever do that.
I've never seen that, but I think I know what you're talking about. I don't think I don't think you would feel the same.
I don't think it would be the same too, but it's probably the closest thing that you would feel. I don't think I would ever want to go through that.
Yeah, women have it tough.
Yeah, if I was a woman, I'd be like, no, you're using protection every single time.
A quick side note, I think that's a pretty clever move. Give you a promotion and then look for a cheaper alternative in the meanwhile. I don't know if they deliberately did that, but I think that's pretty smart.
And another point is, all three of us right now, we're speculating. We're
Mhm.
outside perspective looking in. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I feel like they didn't think things through though. Yeah, it is smart in terms of financials. Maybe they'll save some money, but that transition period is so bad. Right now, they went through a couple of rounds of interviews with potential candidates, and they can't find anyone who's a good fit. Don't know how to sketch, whatever it is. They haven't been able to find a right replacement. So they're actually going out to spend money to try to find an assistant for her. And the longer it takes, the more workload that Annie has to shoulder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is my point of view. What I thought was, not even look for a replacement while Annie's away. Annie's back now. Keep the assistant. At least she already knows the system, right? She's been working with you.
Yeah.
And then while you're phasing her out, you can look for somebody. I don't know the exact situation, but that's what I was thinking.
At least
Yeah.
shoulder some responsibility while searching.
No, I don't agree with that. She's messing up. I don't think I would keep her. I mean, yeah, it might be tough on Annie for the meanwhile, but at least I know that the quality, the deadlines, they're all gonna be met. Even though yeah, I pay Annie a little more, and yeah, it's a little hard on Annie, but at least the product and the job is well done.
I see where James is coming from. James is thinking it like, somebody in his dry cleaners and they fuck up. All right, you're gone. No second chance.
He's thinking from a boss perspective. But I'm not going to
Okay.
confirm or deny anything because, it is my work. So you guys can make assumptions.
So what about Nicholas? Have you been able to spend enough time with Nicholas as much as you would like to?
I don't think I have enough time with Nicholas, actually. Because in the morning, he's sleeping, he wakes up, I hug him and I go. And then I come home at 6 something and I have to pump and then I eat dinner and then he needs to go to bed and I don't really have time with him.
Yeah,
It's also
that's
difficult
true.
as well because I'm very selfish. Annie's day off today, Saturday. We don't really get to spend time together. So we actually went out. We had a date lunch today. It was nice not having to work or to take care of a kid all the time. So it was a good breath of fresh air. And then I persuaded Annie after lunch to go out and watch a movie. So we actually went out and watched Zombieland Double Tap. And it wasn't a really good movie, but I still think that I really enjoyed myself. And it puts me in a very difficult situation because, yes, I love my son, but, I'm being selfish because I also feel like I don't get to spend enough time with my wife. It is a little bit of a give and take sometimes as well.
It must
It's
be-
all a balance.
Wow, it must be very difficult for you, Annie. You have 2 whining babies at home.
If you guys want to chime in a little bit, I know both your work lives, I'm talking about Winardi and James, you guys work super, super long days. How does that work for you guys on this human experience? Do you feel like maybe sometimes you don't get to, I guess, enjoy your life the way that you want to?
So right now, basically, it's me spending time with Aurora. and Aurora is doing her prep classes. So we try to also find time for date night, date lunch, and we try to find time to go home to my in-laws and my parents. Like I said earlier, everything is a balance, and you just have to find time to make everything work out. So they tell me, like, don't spend too much time at the hospital. Like, learn what you're supposed to learn, do what you're supposed to do. But after that, just let it be. If it's not your responsibility, just let it go.
Wow, that sounds so familiar, Winardi. It's almost like I said that to you also.
How do I find balance? I had a lot of difficulty finding balance, but I realized, I'm not gonna have time, and I have to make time to do other things to find balance. So that's one thing I'm working towards. I talk about, working out and going to the gym. I made time for that. I could always say, oh, I get to work at 6:30. I get off work at 6:30. I have no time to work out. I can make excuses, but at the end of the day, I feel like you got to make time for what you want to do. Even with my sessions with my personal trainer, if you guys listen to episode 1 and 2, I touched bases on my personal training experience. So I actually missed 2 sessions. One was because of work. So one was because of work. I had new machinery coming in to our new store in Stamford, Connecticut. It's called
You're
Cosmos.
excused.
Yeah, so we had machines coming in, and the riggers, they got there at like 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I think we finished the day rigging everything in to the store around 11 p.m. Yeah, so that was a really long ass day. And the second session, and let me just say these sessions are non-refundable. I need to let my trainer know ahead of time. So yeah,
Uh-oh.
that day, there goes money out the window.
How much money exactly is that?
I paid $80 per session.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, going back to topic, the second session I missed is I actually had a coffee date at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday, which I made time for, and something came up at work, and because I was impatient and she was free for dinner, I decided to go on a dinner date instead, and I canceled my session with my trainer, and that day was very costly. I got a parking ticket that night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I paid for dinner, and yeah, it was a very costly night. Yeah,
Yeah, your wallet really got abated.
abated. You're always busy, but I feel like in order to find balance, we all have to make time, or we're never gonna have time for anything.
So what happened? What happened with this coffee date turned into a dinner?
It was very interesting. Let's leave it at that.
Okay.
It was an
No
interesting
juicy
day.
details?
No juicy details.
Oh.
You sound so disappointed.
I am. I want to know the deets.
So check this out. If you guys don't know, I'm really, really into this esport called League of Legends, which is a MOBA strategy game. And currently, they have a international tournament called Worlds. They have it once a year, and right now they are actually holding. It's being held right now in Germany. So the makers of League of Legends is this company called Riot Games. And what's crazy about it was that this month they're celebrating their 10th year anniversary. Even if you guys aren't into gaming, it's still worth talking about. Now, this company, Riot Games, Riot Games with a plural S, is for the longest time they've only had League of Legends, meaning it's not Riot Games, it's actually Riot Game. Okay, but on their 10th year anniversary, they launched so much different things. They have Team Fight Tactics, which is like a tactical game, is basically what it sounds like, with League of Legends characters. They're coming out with a competitive card game, like a digital card game, like Hearthstone or like Magic the Gathering. I know, James, you played Magic before.
Yes, yeah.
And this crazy thing about this card game is the fact that they're gonna make it completely free. Meaning, like, even with games like Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering, when the season is out, you are forced to buy new packs, if you want to be competitively relevant. They're changing it. They're going to flip it on its head. So same thing they did with League of Legends. They're going to do that to this card game too. In addition to that, they're going to be releasing like a fighting game, like a Street Fighter looking game with League of Legends characters. That's just like the tip of the iceberg. So they really went big for this 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, the teasers look really cool. Must say they put a lot of effort into building these games, and I look forward to how it comes out. Even though I won't be playing it, but I do want to see how they made it.
The crazy thing is there's been kind of rumors going around, and they said, yeah, I think Riot is going to be making a fighting game, but everybody joked about it because they're like, why the heck are they getting into the fighting genre? And then they actually are doing that behind the scenes.
So what games are you most excited about?
I'm probably going to be downloading all 3.
Wait, what?
Granny?
Wait, what just happened?
Well, Andy just woke up.
You're downloading something? What?
I'm not that excited for the fighting game, but maybe the card game. The card game, wasn't a big Magic the Gathering type of guy, but when it was really popular, I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! And I even played it on the Game Boy. That was so much fun. I was addicted to that. James, you're not even gonna watch the anime? You probably will.
Anime for League?
I don't know if it's a League of Legends anime. I think it's just gonna be an anime that's gonna be set in that world.
Well, that's gonna be interesting.
Okay.
I would be interested. When would it be released?
Starting next year, 2020.
Yeah, I might watch it. I mean, especially like Attack on Titan. Oh my God, I was so hooked on that anime. I think I like broke night watching that. Yeah,
Attack
I
on
think.
Titan was good.
Yeah, so I think if League of Legends create an anime that good, I might watch it. I don't know about Breaking Night, but I
You're
might.
jinxing yourself. You're gonna end up Breaking Night.
No, probably not. This week I actually slept like 8 hours a week, 8 hours a day, and the days I didn't get 8 hours, I felt so tired and cranky. So
8 hours? That's a luxury.
yeah, I felt good this week. I just closed my laptop and just went to sleep. Like,
I gotta learn more from this single guy.
It's very hard for me to comment right now.
Okay, so what about this? Something hits a 10-year anniversary, for example, like The Big Bang Theory or Friends. They hit 10 seasons. That's quite an accomplishment, right?
Yeah, I guess it's like a big accomplishment. So I get it. You guys are into it.
So you have to come up with new stuff every single season, and you have to keep the fans' attention for this period of time. So it's difficult.
Yeah. Are you guys talking about League?
Well, they still are. I'm just trying to find that out.
Nice try, Winardi, but she don't care.
Because I heard you guys talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And then League of Legends having like cartoons and stuff. And then I was just like, oh, okay. I got lost.
Okay, well, guys, that about wraps us up for this week. Just a very, very, very big thank you, Winardi. I know you're operating on 0 hours of sleep, literally 30 minutes napping. to be on this episode with us. Thank you very much for joining us, man.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank you for
Winardi.
having me.
And be on the lookout in the future. We're going to be working around your schedule. We'll definitely get into a little bit more of the medical nitty gritty. And I want to hear more about your medical missions as well. Oh, did you want to make that announcement that you said?
Yes, happy birthday to my brother Thomas, first of all. And then by the time this episode drops, I can announce that Aurora and I will be having a baby.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
very excited.
Yeah, me too. We're gonna be the ones to just be able to drop this gossip.
Oh my God. When did you guys find out?
We found out early September.
Early September. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys got busy in Indonesia. Once again, Winardi, thank you so much for coming on. Just want to say,
Thank you.
check us out. We are live on YouTube, youtube.com. Look for us, Redonkulous Podcast. And also, please message us and leave us a voicemail. Our Google Voice number, our hotline is live. Again, that's 3322032449.
All right, guys, let's sign off. From us here on the Redonkulous team to you guys, thank you so much for listening.
Please hit the like and subscribe button, except it's not a YouTube video.